Render Network is a decentralized global rendering platform that aims to revolutionize the digital creation process. As a content creator, gamer, VR enthusiast, or just someone who appreciates good visuals, you might have wondered how those stunning images and videos are made. Well, they were very likely rendered using powerful graphic processing units, or GPUs that can convert 3D models and scenes into realistic and super immersive graphics. But rendering is not a simple task. It requires a lot of computing power and resources, including time and money. And as the demand for high-quality graphics increases, so does the challenge of finding enough GPU resources to meet it. That's where Render Network comes in. Render Network is a platform that connects content creators in need of GPU power with GPU providers with excess GPU power using blockchain technology. By creating a decentralized environment for creators and GPU providers to coexist, Render Network creates a much more efficient, stable, and accessible rendering ecosystem that can support the next generation of media production. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into Render Network, how it works, its use cases and applications, its pros and cons, and how it can be beneficial for you. So stick around till the end to find out how. Without taking any more time, let's jump right in. Render Network was founded by Jules Urbach, who has always been passionate about computer graphics since he was a kid. Jules later went on to create OTOY, a cloud graphics company that developed Octane Render, one of the most popular GPU rendering programs in the world. Jules had a dream of creating a decentralized rendering network that would democratize GPU power and enable anyone to create photorealistic graphics without relying on expensive or centralized cloud services. He envisioned a network that would leverage the unused GPU cycles of millions of devices around the world, such as PCs, laptops, smartphones, or even gaming consoles, to turn them into a distributed supercomputer that could render anything from movies to VR experiences. To make this dream a reality, Jules teamed up with some of the most influential and talented people in the media industry, such as Ari Emanuel, the CEO of Endeavor, J.J. Abrams, the chairman and CEO of Bad Robot Productions, Brendan Eich, the founder and CEO of Brave Software and Bat Token, Mikkel Winkelmann, aka Beeple, one of the most famous digital artists in the world, Jennifer Zhu Scott, a principal at Radian and council member at WEF, Demian Brenner and Manuel Arauz from Zeppelin Solutions, now Open Zeppelin, David Vorick from Sia.tech, now Skynet Labs, and many others. Together, they launched Render Network in 2017 as an ERC20 token on Ethereum that would power the decentralized rendering platform built on top of Octane Render. They held their first public token sale in October 2017 and their private sale period from January 2018 to May 2018. During this time, they also onboarded early adopters onto their beta testnet, where they tested and improved their network with feedback from artists and node operators. Render Network officially launched its mainnet version on April 27, 2020, after 3 years of development and testing. Since then, it has achieved several milestones and achievements. So what exactly is Render Network? It's a platform that enables distributed GPU rendering on the blockchain. It works by connecting content creators needing GPU power with GPU providers with excess GPU power. Content creators can use Render Network to render their projects faster and cheaper than using traditional cloud services or local render farms. At the same time, GPU providers can use Render Network to monetize their idle GPU cycles and earn RNDR tokens for their services. Speaking of tokens, RNDR is the native utility token of Render Network and serves multiple purposes, such as serving as the payment currency for on-demand GPU rendering services. Creators pay for rendering jobs with RNDR. They can access a variety of GPU providers with different levels of speed, security, and price, serving as an incentive mechanism for GPU providers to join and contribute to the network. GPU providers earn RNDR tokens for rendering jobs. They can also stake their RNDR tokens to increase their reputation and rewards on the network, serving as the governance token for the network. RNDR holders can participate in the decision-making processes of the network, such as voting on proposals, upgrades, or parameter changes. Render Network leverages blockchain technology to ensure security, transparency, and efficiency on its platform. It uses Ethereum as its base layer for smart contracts, token transactions, and network governance. It also uses other blockchain solutions such as Chainlink for Oracle services, IPFS for distributed file storage, and Polygon for scalability and interoperability. Meanwhile, Render Network has several technical features that make it unique and innovative. For instance, it uses a hybrid consensus algorithm that combines proof of stake and proof of render. In this case, POS is used to secure the network and validate transactions, while POR is used to verify rendering jobs and reward GPU providers. It also uses a multi-tier pricing structure that allows creators to choose from different tiers of GPU providers based on their needs and preferences. The tiers are based on factors such as Octane bench score, node reputation, job complexity, and job duration. Render Network can also be used for various purposes that require high-quality graphics and immersive experiences. Some of the use cases and applications include media production, where Render Network can be used to create stunning visuals for movies, TV shows, commercials, music videos, and documentaries. It can support different formats such as 3D animation, motion graphics, and VFX. So if you're in the media production industry, Render Network could make your tasks a whole lot easier. Gaming. Render Network can be used to create realistic and interactive graphics for video games, especially VR and AR games that require high frame rates and low latency. It can also enable cloud gaming, where gamers can stream games from the network without installing them on their devices. As a gamer, this can help you reduce overhead costs significantly. Virtual reality. Render Network can be used to create immersive VR experiences that can transport users to different worlds and scenarios. It can support different types of VR content, such as 360 videos, holograms, and simulations. Augmented reality. Render Network can be used to create realistic AR content that can overlay digital objects onto the real world. It supports different types of AR content, such as filters, stickers, and animation. Medical imaging. Render Network can be used to create accurate and detailed images of human anatomy and physiology for medical purposes. It can support different types of medical imaging, such as MRI, CT scan, and ultrasound. As a medical practitioner, using Render Network can take what you do to a whole nother level. Now let's talk tokenomics. As we've mentioned, RNDR is the native token of Render Network and powers its decentralized rendering platform. RNDR is an ERC20 token that runs on the Ethereum blockchain. This means that it follows a standard protocol that allows it to interact with other Ethereum-based tokens and applications. It also means that it benefits from the security and decentralization of the Ethereum network. Now, Render Network has many advantages and disadvantages that can be evaluated from different perspectives, such as technical, economic, social, and environmental. Let's take a look at some of them. First, the pros. Render Network offers a more efficient, scalable, and accessible rendering solution than traditional cloud services or local render farms. It can reduce the cost and time of rendering by up to 90%. Render Network enables anyone with a modern GPU to monetize their idle GPU cycles and earn RNDR tokens for their work. It also creates a new use case for GPU power that is more productive and creative than proof-of-work mining. Render Network leverages blockchain technology to ensure security, transparency, and efficiency on its platform. It uses smart contracts to automate transactions and verify rendering jobs. It also uses Oracle services to provide real-time data and prices for rendering jobs. Now, the cons. Render Network faces some technical challenges, such as scalability, latency, and quality assurance. It relies on Ethereum as its base layer, which can suffer from congestion and high fees. It also depends on external services such as Chainlink for Oracle data, which can introduce delays or errors. Render Network raises some environmental viability questions, especially considering its energy consumption and carbon footprint. As established earlier, it uses GPU power, which can consume a lot of electricity and generate immense heat. It also has to deal with some ethical issues such as digital rights management and content moderation, among others. Render Network is a pioneering and promising project that has the potential to disrupt the rendering industry and enable a new wave of digital creation. It has a unique and innovative platform that leverages blockchain technology and GPU power to offer a more efficient, scalable, and accessible rendering solution than traditional cloud services or local render farms. However, Render Network still has to prove itself before it can achieve its full potential. It operates in a highly competitive and dynamic market, where supply and demand can fluctuate rapidly. That said, Render Network is not a magic bullet. It's a long-term vision that requires a lot of work and collaboration to succeed. But if you're passionate about digital art and graphics and believe in the power of decentralization and GPU computing, then Render Network might be the project for you. That's all for today's video. If you found our video informative, then please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get updates on all our future videos.